And my stupid people, when I wanted to refute it, they said, sir, don't dignify it with a rebuttal.
Then, as I predicted when we started this show 2 months ago, he will continue to get worse. He will continue to show these symptoms more and more and more. And so we used to have funny gaffe clips that pulled together his gaffes for over a period of months. Now we only need 1 week to see the same number of gaffes.
That was a sneak peek of a brutal and disturbing but very necessary anti-Trump warning video that I have for you today, as well as Dr. John Gardner on last week's episode of Shrinking Trump, making an incredibly astute observation, as they always do on that show, about Trump's clear and continued cognitive decline. An observation that we will dive even further into today with the phenomenal compilation I have for you put together by the Meidas Touch network of Trump's countless gaffes just from recent memory. Now, if you're a subscriber to this channel or a viewer of Shrinking Trump, you already know that Donald Trump has been struggling lately when it comes to his cognitive function. Just this week, he was on Newsmax, a very Trump-friendly propaganda network that, despite having news in the name, is anything but. And even during this incredibly softball interview on a sycophantic network, Trump seemed to be completely asleep at the wheel. Take a look.
You've made some recommendations that maybe Joe Biden has to have a drug test before this debate. You've made some great remarks, and let me just remind our viewers kind of what you've said and what your take is on it. Oh, sir, I think you said that Joe might need a shot to stay up for the debate. I hear that he's practicing standing for 90 minutes is his debate prep. A little different, I think, than what you're used to at some of the rallies you've participated in recently.
Well, if I have to practice standing, we have ourselves a big problem now.
Now, I don't know about you, but when he actually does decide to chime in, it certainly sounds like someone stretching out and just waking up after a nice little snooze. Incredible, too, right after the host is going on about Joe Biden needing a shot to stay awake. You really can't even script this stuff. I mean, the irony truly knows no bounds. Let me know in the comments if you think he had a mental glitch or actually fell asleep, or if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he was, I don't know, busy concocting a raging Truth Social post. And like Dr. Gardner pointed out earlier, these things are happening with more and more frequency. We literally just have to go back a couple days to find the latest one. In fact, as we'll see in the compilation video coming up, he seems to have these moments damn near every time he gets in front of a camera or a microphone. And a lot of times, these moments are precipitated and exacerbated by some kind of bad news, of which there has been a lot for Trump in recent weeks, whether it be his continued legal troubles or even the other propaganda network, Fox News, putting out poor polling numbers for him.
This morning, the race for the White House is heating up. For the first time since October, Fox News polls are showing that President Biden is just slightly edging Donald Trump by 2 points within the margin of error. Voters listing the future of democracy and the economy as extremely important issues when making their choice at the voting booth this election season. Pollster Lee Carter joins us now to break it all down.
Now, first of all, she might want to be a little careful with that phrasing of Biden edging Trump. That word has taken on a pretty different connotation in modern youth slang. And if you don't know what that connotation is, Google at your own risk. But also, of course, voters are listing the future of democracy as a top priority because it's truly on the ballot this election. Not only with regard to the fascist manifesto that is Project 2025 and the way Trump loyalists plan to dismantle the entire administrative state if he gets into power, but also because him getting into power means we're yet again handing over the nuclear codes to a wannabe dictator that is literally losing his damn mind. As this Meidas Touch video makes painfully clear, Donald Trump is speeding down a very serious path of dementia, which is a degenerative disease, meaning how he is right now is him at his absolute best, and it will only get worse.
And my stupid people, when I wanted to refute it, they said, sir, don't dignify it with a rebuttal.
Have you been noticing peculiar behavior recently in someone you know?
Carried out by Ray,
Someone who mixes fiction and reality?
the late great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Perhaps someone of advanced age you have known for years.
Did you just see Maduro? Venezuela, although it's unbelievable, Venezuela.
Of course, we all have our goofs. But consistently odd behavior can be a sign of frontotemporal dementia, a degenerative disease of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that dramatically impairs cognitive function. And there are some key signs to look out for, like slurring words,
The failing New York Times by anonymous, really anonymous.
struggling to find the correct words is another sign.
The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges of the investigation.
You may also notice someone veering into incoherent ideas, detached from reality.
You know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
Or an inability to complete simple sentences.
Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat.
Other notable symptoms include impaired motor function, such as a wavering limb, and decreased balance, often accompanied by a signature lean or arched stance. If someone you know is demonstrating several or all of these symptoms, they are seriously unwell. As a matter of safety, they must be relieved of critical responsibilities and disqualified from any position of authority. Remember, frontotemporal dementia is a degenerative disease. Cognitive function will never return and will only deteriorate further. Don't ignore the signs.
Trump is not okay, and he is only getting worse. A powerful message. And shout out to the Meidas Touch Network for bringing this up and making this incredible video, because this is something that doctors John Gardner and Harry Siegel have been shouting from the rooftops for months now. It's a large reason why many of you are on this channel, and it is something that they are incredibly qualified to speak on. And frankly, we need more people in the media to be doing this work and calling it out, which fortunately they are starting to do, some of them, which is evidenced by this clip here.
Actually, so some news was made today on the Trump cognitive front. An author, Ramin Saduda, has come out with a book, The Apprentice in Wonderland. He's actually the co-editor of Variety magazine. And he's reporting on his experiences with Trump. Unlike us, he has examined the patient. And he is reporting on what he has observed. He is in psychiatry what we would call an informant. Okay, let's see the cover from People magazine where his article is reported out today. Donald Trump has, quote, severe memory issues, end quote, says author who interviewed him at length. Quote, he couldn't even remember me. Journalist Ramin Saduda, who spoke with Trump 6 times for his new book, claims that the former president, quote, had a vacant look on his face, trying to remember him during a follow-up interview.
And regardless how you feel about his policies, it is our civic duty as Americans, as members of society on a global scale, to recognize the very real danger his degenerating brain poses to our safety and our democracy. And I really hope MAGA understands that, because even if you like the guy, which still crazy to me, then you'd be doing him a favor by not voting him into office, because that kind of stress will clearly make this all worse for him and obviously for the rest of us as well. But that is all I have for you guys today, so thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new here, and please let me know what you think about all of this in those comments down below. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you all in the next one.